Hello folks, and welcome back to our playthrough of Larabee's ship mod pack, as well as a few other mods in Stellaris. So, we have started to expand out, or well, continue to expand out. And we've met the Gree. We haven't met any other forces yet, though. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when we do meet them. We're not exactly being the... Ooh, wait a second. Once a ship drifting by had been towed out of the debris, we could send in an away team to investigate. It's a murder scene. Only one crew member has been found. Long-eared amphibian biped who'd been stabbed repeatedly. Ship's up for grabs. It's fitted with efficient thrusters, structure and design of which are beyond us at the present. Okay, so this is actually kind of neat. We could do this enhanced ship speed modifier, which will apply to our entire fleet at plus 10% sublight speed. That is awesome. And we encountered a gateway
Situation
out in the... somewhere? I don't know where. I don't know where we found the damn thing. It's somewhere. That's all I know.
System survey concluded.
Let's see. Limbo, an ancient alien vault filled with data storage devices. Those are always useful. But we can't visit it just yet. Are both of these? Let's see. That and that. Yeah, both of those are for science vessels. Disregard. Little construction ship. Let's send you down over here. At least try to cut off this area. So I'm thinking we'll add missile batteries as well to these shipyards. Or not shipyards, star bases. And hopefully by doing that, with the mixture of the proton torpedo batteries, which have shield penetration, hull damage, as well as the turbo lasers and all that, we should be defended, hopefully. Oh, look at those pitiful shields, though. Only 1950. That is sad on those star bases. I know Larabee mentioned at one point one of his goals was to upgrade the star bases to be better defended. So I don't know if that's part of it, that the shields are just so pitiful.
Research concluded. Construction project concluded.
Alright, mode harvesting traps.
Research concluded.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Construction project concluded.
Refined Tabana gas will be useful. Upgrading the turbo laser line should help us here.
Fleet enhancement supplied.
You know what? Let's go ahead and upgrade our Corellian station. We'll add more shipyards to it. No, our generic admiral will recruit a new one. If you've selected a name for an admiral, don't feel bad. Just like the Aegis campaign, I'm planning to record this in 5 episode segments. So if you choose someone and you're watching this, you know, at the start of the week, hopefully next week, or start of the series, I should say. Hopefully next week I will have any characters that you want, admirals or governors, chosen and put in for the next
Construction project
series of recordings. Got an aurora effect going on over here. Keep digging. My naval capacity is not very good. Though I don't think I've even had anything come up to possibly change my naval capacity now that I'm thinking about it. Alright, over here, let's go ahead and do more civilian industries. Crime? Why are we getting crime over here? Everyone's employed. Darn Corellians. Oh, hostile wildlife. Now, one nice thing about this mod, hey, we found the Trade Federation. Alien scum.
Research
They're
concluded.
all the way over yonder.
Construction project concluded.
Trade Federation is not open for business? What? Aww. I should do the synthetic crystals. Although I really wanted to do modular engineering. Maybe I'll get synthetic crystals started and then go to modular engineering. And hopefully the synthetic crystal research will come back up. Computational network. Modifier added giving the following effects. +10 to Oshamir 3A. Holy, that is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and build another construction ship to join us.
Evading hostiles.
What? Who showed up there? Oh, Space Amoeba.
Construction project concluded.
Also, I'm not making use of this trade value. So let's... I was gonna do shipyards, but I think I'll do trade hubs. Although to collect the stuff from here, that's gonna be a long ways. Well, we'll do trade hub for now. Because that'll get me the stuff from Oshamir. Oops! Oops is not a good thing. Don't tell me oops. Alright, let's go for nutritional plentitude. Hopefully that doesn't completely screw over my food supply.
Concluded. Research concluded.
Oh, don't I? Did I
Construction
build that?
project
There's that
concluded.
other science ship. I was like, I knew I selected some kind of other science ship here to assist research. Alright, we're losing a little bit of food, but not too much. And there's the naval capacity I was talking about. But actually, I think I'll go for the hydroponic farms. It's not going to be too useful on the planets, or at least I'm not going to build it on the planets because there's just other options available. But at the very least, I would like hold. Generic governor. I would like it available for building on habitats. Because if I remember correctly, you can build hydroponic farms on habitats. Alright, Oshamir seems to be really focusing on being my bureaucratic center, but you know what? Let's do the Betharian power plant. Because that produces 10, so there's no upkeep, plus it has technician jobs for even more energy, so that'll help a lot. I think my goal right now is if I can take the Litharian Vortex. Well, actually, I mean, it would be nice to have the L-Gate, but probably Mihil here. Alright. Research speed voidcraft, that's
Research
always nice.
Concluded. Construction project concluded.
Terraforming. Yes. Wait, actually, terraforming wasn't really what I wanted. Yeah, I'm not going to focus on terraforming. I'm going to focus more on genetic stuff. What is this? Battleship Dawn of Creation. Didn't we destroy this already? Oh wait, no, that's, I remember.
Research concluded.
I have this little transport ship to go visit it. Completely forgot that. That was a good while ago. Was that last episode? It may have been. Oh dear.
Construction project concluded.
What else should I do here? Comm jammer. Well, do the target uplink. That's always nice. Peaceful Advancement Association. What? We're not looking for that.
Special project concluded.
And the Throne of God event is complete. Ooh, 21 planet size, lots of generators, lots of mining, lots of agriculture. This is actually a really good world. Lots of upkeep and all that. But this would also be a great world for setting up robots, mining and all that.
System survey concluded without...
So Corellia, what we're going to do, we're going to go...
Another
gene
day,
clinics would be nice,
another scientific
but we're actually going to go
construction project
for the robot assembly. And then we can just send a bunch of robots when we go to take these worlds. Alright, Star Fortress or Habitat?
Construction project concluded.
Given that we're potentially under threat by the Gree, not yet, but we could be, we'll go for the Star Fortress.
Construction project concluded. Anomaly found.
Plus the habitats, the problem with habitats is they do take a bit of investment. Because you initially start with, I think, like 4 districts. Then you can upgrade them, but again, it takes lots of money, lots of time, that all goes into it.
System survey concluded.
Oh, I captured this flagship? That's interesting. Horizon signal. Oh shit.
Research concluded.
I don't think I've had that event in a long time. Sure, why not? Oh dear. That may not be good.
Construction project concluded. Special project concluded.
Gravity is desire. Science Officer Dinge Derillian reports that the signal was unexpectedly easy to decipher, but their team has spent considerable time confirming that it's not a hoax. It is a repeating, half-coherent message in the Corellian language, something like a poem. It repeats the phrase, gravity is desire, and time is sight. It encodes coordinates near the black hole, and it ends with a dedication by name to the science officer, who adds dispassionately, they have confirmed the signal has been radiating into interstellar space since before their birth. In fact, the signal may predate our civilization. This is a trick or a trap. Log it and move on. Or fascinating. Send the vessel to those coordinates. The worm in waiting. It's been a long time since I've actually seen this event come up. Well, let's not spoil it.
Situation log updated.
As the ISS Crescent approaches the coordinates specified by the signal, It begins to report spatial distortions and curious lensing effects. A rich stream of valuable data. Then the transmission becomes distorted. What happens next is analyzed exhaustively. The excitement in Science Officer Duralian's voice tautens to fear as the ship's hull struggles under increasingly exotic conditions. The ship triggers a distress call. Corellian calls out, "The worm!" or perhaps "the worm." Then all transmissions end. No trace of the ISS Crescent is ever found. No further transmissions, no debris, and the space at those coordinates is innocuous and utterly free of distortions. But the data they sent back has advanced our physics research dramatically. Perhaps it was worth their lives. 2821? It's okay, I guess. I don't know if it was worth their lives, but it was okay. Well, time for a new science ship. And we've found the rebels, who are also on the other side of the galaxy. I wonder what their... Now, why is it that Trade Federation still is, even though we have closed borders, they haven't closed their borders? You know what, since they've been open to it, I'll open my borders with them. I'm not gonna do more than that, at least for now.
Situation log updated.
But I figure if they're willing to be like that, then I can show them some support. The Gree are already at setting up star holds here. Or star fortresses, I should say. The black hole in Jebben's maelstrom is active again. Once again, a looping signal flickers in the darkness at the edge of normal space. But this time, there's an acoustic message encoded in the signal. It sounds very much like Dinge Duralian's voice. What was shall be, Dinge intones. What shall be was. Then the same coordinates as the first signal. The coordinates where Dinge Duralian was lost. What the media has christened the exit point. Then they say a name. Generic Admiral. Generic Admiral volunteers to go. Permit it. Goodbye, Generic Admiral. This time the ship is running fully automated. Generic Admiral is the only crew member aboard. As it approaches the exit point, the telemetry stream fills up with fascinating data. Once again, space flexes, gravity uncoils. Generic Admiral reads off the headline data, echoing the telemetry. They are commendably calm. We've sent a professional. It takes a little while for anyone to realize that something is peculiar about the timing. Generic Admiral is no longer echoing the data. They're predicting it. The telemetry disagrees, but only for a few seconds, until it catches up. The monitoring team is just reporting that the prediction interval is increasing when Generic Admiral says, wondering, "I'm through. It's dark." That's not a problem. We can live in the dark. I never thought of that. But of course, we can live here forever if the worm will only wait. At that moment, the signal cuts out and the ship disappears from our team sensors. Oh no, this is fascinating. Well, we've gone and lost someone. Time for Generic Admiral 2. Generic Admiral 2. You are now recruited. And apparently these statues that we found are starting to move about when no one's watching. Alright, so we'll do this and this. And then after that we'll move to My Hill. And then at My Hill we can kind of hold our own for a little bit. Uh-oh, an archaeologist went missing. The Sentinels are abducting them. At least that's my theory anyways. The Trine, the Quine, the Trine, oh dear. Once again, the horizon signal in Jebben's maelstrom is active. It is upped its game. Once again, the transmission includes the exit point's coordinates It's signed with the private comm keys of Dinge Durillian and Generic Admiral. But this time, it's a generative text program written in elderly programming language that creates what appears to be love poems. Love poems directed to Generic Admiral 2. They're honestly not very good love poems, but it is, our scientists agree, quite difficult to generate love poems procedurally, and quite unusual for a black hole to send love poems at all. Well, it asks nicely. Send Generic Admiral 2. Oh dear. And we've found a fallen empire. This will be the end of me, Generic Admiral 2 says at a briefing before launch. I know I won't come back, but I think I always knew this would happen. Whatever is in the hole has been waiting for us for a long time. I think it's been waiting for me since before I was born. Once again, the single pilot ship approaches the exit point. Once again, the space boils like a fever. Again, our sensor arrays soak up fascinating data. This time, Generic Admiral 2 is silent. The telemetry becomes intermittent, and then it too is silent. The ships reach the exit point. The conditions around it are returning to normal. Nothing has happened. Nothing. The monitoring team mutter furiously. The ship is different. In fact, it's a different ship. It's Dinge Durillian's vessel, lost these years past, drifting now away from the exit point. A salvage team finds it pristine and empty. No trace of crew, and no sign of violence. But there's a journal entry in Dinge Durillian's name, titled, "What Was Will Be." Our scientists review it nervously. Impossible, one says. I hope so, says another. The ship is renamed the Foundling, and returned to service. The signal, dead or sleeping, says nothing at all ever again. And we get entropic recursion research. So, I don't think we went to the full extent of what we could do there. Oh, but we get the Omega Theory. That could be useful, maybe. Future glimpse, Omega Theory. Half of a whole useless on its own, when complete, may allow our scientists to stumble upon the Omega Theory technology. Let's continue our gravitic sensors, and then we'll look into that. Alright, well, time for another Admiral. Generic Admiral 3. And you know what? I have enough starbase capacity to go ahead and build a starbase here at
Research concluded.
Ukekshi, however you want to pronounce that place. The Loop Temple, signs in the stone. Archaeologists have found a forgotten temple in the remote highlands of Corellia, buried for centuries, but recently exposed by an earthquake. Dating techniques suggest it's a pre-industrial relic, hand-hewn from volcanic rock. However, the recurring symbol on the walls and radial altar, a Mobius-looped serpent consuming its own tail, has no obvious precedent in our history, and the inscriptions use an unknown alphabet. One excitable archaeologist suggests it's a relic left by an unknown precursor race. In a presumably meaningless coincidence, the quake seems to have occurred at the same time as the final message from the black hole in Jebben's maelstrom. Well, this merits study.
Situation log updated.
So let's research that and see what's going on. Also, Corellia has an opening. Yeah, we probably should do an agriculture district for the time being. I don't like all this crime that's popping up.
Construction project concluded.
It's not a very good thing. And we have found the Galactic Empire. Is Palpatine still in control? He should be. If I did everything right. Emperor Palpatine, do we see how old he is? 86, okay. He should live pretty long. I'm guessing probably around 160. Because being a necrophage gives you a bonus to your leader health. I possibly should have looked at doing enduring, but it's okay.
Construction project concluded.
Alright. Ukeshi, however we pronounce this place, is ultimately going to be a research planet. Oh wait, but I can't build one yet until I upgrade it. Well, we're working on the upgrade, so just let it be. Time and stone. Our scientists have learned a great deal about the subterranean temple, but some questions remain. A roof aperture, along with the radial altar, suggests it was once a solar calendar, but it's so badly damaged by the earthquake that we can't be certain. If the builders found any particular dates important, we'll never know which ones. We've had better luck with the unknown alphabet. It's a debased variant of a better-known hieratic script, not an alien language at all. And we've successfully deciphered it. The temple is dedicated to the waiting worm, or the worm in waiting. Most of the inscriptions are sonorous, poetic invocations, requesting its appearance or, if read in other direction, its departure. There's also a body of inscriptions describing the operations of the universe, which our more excitable archaeologist swears contains references to advanced field equations. Nothing new to us, but very impressive for a temple of this vintage. We have yet to find a physicist who's prepared to go on record and agreeing that the references are meaningful. The temple holds no cosmic secrets or alien weapons as far as we can tell, but its dark spaces have a distinct, menacing beauty, and the poetry on the invocations to the worm in waiting becomes fashionable. They are set to popular music, they are published in collections. We can open the Strange Loop Temple to the public, reserve it for academic study, or there's something wrong here, seal the temple! Well, open the temple to the public, make them happy. Uh-oh, a rendezvous. The ISS Prospero is being hailed by Sigzy of the Corellian Kingdom. This despite the fact that Sigzy isn't sending any ID codes we recognize, and no ship of that name has ever been commissioned. Its commanding officer claims to be Captain Generic Admiral. Our Admiral of that... Wait, I thought Generic Admiral... I can't keep track. Did I make a Generic Admiral 3? Oh dear. I don't remember. I can't keep track of my Generic Admirals. Well, he's alive. Let's see. The captain that was. Wait a second. This looks like Generic Admiral 3. There's something going on here. The captain that appears on screen is clearly Generic Admiral 3, but a scarred, haunted, decrepit, wrecked edition of Generic Admiral 3. Face glossy with plasma burns and older, much older. The bridge in the background looks just as scarred and just as decrepit, but the captain's voice is firm and clear. Finally, you're here. I've waited so long. My punishment is to die in battle against you. Please end me. I'm sorry. Are you really Generic Admiral 3? Am I? Are you the same Corellian you were last year? Every day is a death, every future a choice. Time is a labyrinth, not a road. Ask the loop. If you want to end it, why, wait. A worship is full of ways to die. Don't you remember? Of course you won't. Yet. And you might not. Now. Not if you do it right. The loop needs its sacrifices, and it needs them just so. An agonized coughing chuckle. You don't want to trifle with the loop. So what is the loop? The loop is what came first and what comes next. The worm in waiting, and, I suppose, the worm is the loop. Let's say time is a labyrinth. Then, the loop is its monster, or its maker. No, I can't explain it. And you'll know more soon. You did in my past. Weapons locked? Surrender. Whatever you've done, we can help you, or... Before you go, did you learn anything useful? The captain grins, a stretched grin. I hoped you'd ask that. Sending data now, Generic Admiral 3 out. Battle stations. And then, well, I guess around the same time, the Prospero has also located a small, minimally powered artificial object, broadcasting a looping signal at local range only. These sorts of things usually turn out to be escape pods, and this looks like one of those. It's been out here a long time. When the crew cracks it open, carefully observing quarantine procedures, they find ancient remains preserved by the sterile pod. So far, not unusual. The captain of the ISS Prospero indicates, however, that they did not expect to find the Corellian words, "What was, will be, what will be, was," daubed on the wall and the bodily fluids of the pod's occupants, who the crew are now wryly referring to as the messenger. They add that there are some equally unexpected anatomical similarities between the messenger's species and our own.
Situation log updated.
Alright, so the looped 6G is over here. Looks like a Vengeance frigate. Well, let's go take it out, if we can get over there.
Construction project concluded.
Well, this is all interesting. I think... No! Cortal is dead. Who do we want to go for? You know what? We have the influence. Let's go for the girl that will give us engineering. And actually, she's relatively young, 56, so we'll have her for a little bit. That's good. Wait, I thought she was supposed to give me... Oh wait, there's the agenda, okay. I was like, I thought she was supposed to give me research speed, but she does under her agenda, not her ruler traits. Alright, well, we're going to probably end this now for today. We're making progress. We'll see what happens with the worm in waiting event. I'm trying to think if I've ever actually taken it to its full ending. I've seen it before, but I think I've always ended it early myself. So if we take it to its full conclusion, well, that'll be interesting. Thanks for watching, folks. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you all in the next episode.